Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Today's a good day. Why? Because Bayern Munich still has players at the World Cup. World Cup! God damn, man. That speed song! It's just in my head, man. Every time I think about the World Cup, I think of that moment where he barks and then sings the World Cup song. Well, so Upamecano, Germany are out, obviously. So the only players from Bayern at the World Cup. It's funny because we released the most players to the World Cup. And then Lucas Hernandez picked up an ACL. And then that number went from like 15 or 16. It went down to 15 or 14, whatever number it was. I don't know. And then Mazraoui got injured. We all got concerned because we thought it was big, but he was back the next game. So it was nothing. He's still fit now. And Morocco are into the quarterfinals. So with France, we have Pavard, Coman, and Upamecano. Lucas Hernandez is injured. But Hernandez is still playing. So did he ever really get injured or, his brother? So, yeah, man, there's, Germany being out sucks because I would have loved to have seen Jamal Musiala in this stage of the competition. Japan and Spain both got kicked out in the round of 16s. So I feel like Germany, if they got through, it would have probably been better for that group, in terms of survival, because Germany have way more tooth and bite in them than Spain, as far as I'm concerned. And Germany were far too negative in the Spain game. That's why they conceded. And then Hansi Flick waited way too long to make changes. He should have brought on Sané in the 50th minute. In fact, Luis Enrique brought on Morata, and that's the dude that ended up scoring for Spain. So what does that tell you? Well, anyways, the World Cup is still going. Quarterfinals now. France play England on Friday at a perfect time. I'm tempted to do a watch-along for that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be beautiful because Upamecano is in form right now. I'd say the best Bayern player at the World Cup that's showing the world who he is Upamecano. Mazraoui's doing his thing here and there, but Upamecano is he's showing that he's the best center back in the world. Like, bro, he has upgraded his game to a new level. Against Poland, he was flawless apart from the penalty conceded. It happens, Upamecano finally got that thing out of his game where he had these Bazo moments. So now you just see him with flawless performance. One of the problems with Upamecano for the longest time was his lack of consistency. While we finally have the consistency, every game just feels like he's going to perform. So Upamecano is absolutely one of the best players at this World Cup so far, in my opinion, for France at least. Everyone's praising Mbappe, but no one's praising Upa. I feel like he's just going under the radar a little bit. So, yeah, man. And he's only 24. His prime is going to be really long, man. Virgil van Dijk got into his prime at 28. Upamecano is getting into his prime now. He's ironing out the mistakes, consistent performances, and the one game he didn't start for France, they ended up losing. So France need him, and he's playing phenomenal. I'm just hoping there's no injury, and then we got to go back to the drawing board. We just hope he doesn't get injured, because we have a big center back injured right now in Lucas Hernandez. I'd love Upa to play this full season, no disruptions. Maybe, a knock here and there, but no disruptions. That would be so amazing, because then, Champions League, we need you, man. We need you to pocket Neymar, not bottle. Pocket Neymar and Mbappe. I'd love that. So, Upa, do your thing, my man. All right, so yeah, that's France. Kingsley Coman plays like 15 minutes. Dembele is ahead of him. No surprises there. I feel like Coman would have been starting if he had better form. But Kingsley starting the season very poorly. He got injured, but he picked up a lot of red cards. I don't know if you guys remember, last season he picked up a red card, which put him out for 2 games. And that allowed Musiala to get into the lineup and immediately start shining. And if you're the coach, you're not going to take out Musiala. You're just going to keep playing the team that works. So Musiala is now playing and performing at a level we've never seen before. So it made no sense to bring Kingsley Coman into the team. And then Leroy Sané himself started performing immediately, and Gnabry is back in form. So Kingsley is now basically second choice in every position. If Mane was fit, he'd be playing ahead of him because of the wages he's on. So just because of the status of the player, Kingsley would be on the bench. I feel bad for Mane because I think Senegal deserved a little bit more out of the England game. If they scored that first chance, man, just that first chance, I think they had 2 chances to score before England scored. If they just scored, bro, it's a different story. But that's the World Cup for you. The further you get along in the competition, the smaller the margins are for errors. You can't be making mistakes. You can't be switched out of focus for even 5 seconds. So you have to be 100% lasered in, and they were punished. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that we had no one at Senegal. Actually, come to think of it, if Netherlands win, we have a player in their team. And speaking of the player, Matthijs de Ligt I'd say he's the least involved Bayern player at this World Cup. He actually started one game as a right wing. It was weird. Louis van Gaal plays this back three. I don't mind, I guess that's working for them. So he's going to keep playing it. The right center back and the left center back, Ake and Timber, in that case, with the game against Senegal, he thought, well, Senegal are very physical, so we need 2 physical center backs to match them. So De Ligt played at this right center back position where he was told to go forward, and it was just odd. If I was Louis van Gaal, I'd try to bring that Holland team back in. Y'all remember this team, the Holland team, where Van Dijk and De Ligt, De Ligt was like 18. I'd bring that back. De Ligt has the experience, but he's not even letting it affect him. So he's sitting on that bench, man. Timber and Ake way more preferred because they actually play the position and the role that Louis van Gaal wants. De Ligt is a back 4 player. I don't know why you'd play him in a back 3 unless it was in the Virgil van Dijk position. If Van Dijk didn't exist, it makes sense to play De Ligt next to him. Or it makes sense to play De Ligt in the position Van Dijk would be playing in. That's the only way that would make sense. So, De Ligt, amongst the Bayern players, is the most benched one so far. I mean, Pavard, I think, started a game. But Pavard himself isn't really being picked. This hasn't been the best World Cup for Bayern players because, most of our players are German. So it would have been awesome if the 7 players we had in the German national team actually got through, but they didn't. It would have been awesome. And then the second nation is France, and only 1 player is starting. So a lot of our players have something to prove after this World Cup. Upamecano is already proving that he's great and he deserves to be picked. But what about someone like Kingsley Coman? Are we going to keep paying your wages? Or at some point, we might sell you. I'm hearing there's links to Arsenal. I don't believe in any of that. And his injury history has slowed down a little bit, so clubs might actually be looking at him. I'll be honest. Kingsley Coman, with the wages he's on, should be impressing. Even Serge Gnabry's out here scoring and assisting. And it's just, So it is that kind of thing, right? Kingsley Coman is a purple patch player. He has a few parts in the season where he gets 5 goals and 5 assists, and then everyone gets happy again and thinks he's just world class. And I always say it: quit throwing the word world class around. Musiala, in my opinion, is already world class, but it took a lot for me to say that because he needed to be consistent and show it in different type of games. He showed it against Costa Rica, Japan, Spain, that he can play world class against any level of opposition. So he's world class, and he's also consistent with the stats and the numbers. Yeah, man, that's world class. A man just scores a goal twice, and people start calling him the best winger in the world. It's just weird. I mean, there was a point where I, was comparing Coman to Dembele, and I was putting Coman in combined 11s against Barcelona. But that was last season when we were actually playing well and Kingsley Coman was playing well. So Coman needs to be sold. We need Gakpo or Ramos. Gonçalo Ramos scored 3 goals and 1 assist. Crazy how Portugal played better without Cristiano Ronaldo holding the team back. Why do people do this? I mean, we have Matthijs de Ligt, who, by the way, performed well. So, yeah, he performed well against, Austria, the under-19s. And he's back in the team training. Gravenberch, by the way, is back as well. So, Gravenberch is back. That's awesome, guys. Ryan Gyro Gravenberch. He's back in the team. He's back to train. Well, I mean, he has been back for a few weeks now, but it's good to see him take himself seriously because I genuinely believe this guy can be a broken midfielder, man. He can be unplayable. I mean, that level of technicality and also the passing range is getting better. He has that shot in him where it's like he could just blast one from outside the box and get it accurate. He would be a final form Pogba if he added defending. Well, not even defending. I mean, the way we press, we don't need a specialist CDM. Not at the honest. I wouldn't mind someone like a Tchouaméni in our team. I always said it. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't hate it. I don't mind a Casemiro. And that's coming from me, someone that genuinely hates Casemiro's play style. But in big tournaments, you kind of need that because every big team has that one big player, and it, that's always dribbling, and you just need a Tchouaméni to sit in there and destroy. So, and it should be interesting how Gravenberch. Let's see if he gets more playtime. He's training, man, and that's awesome to see. Also, I mean, I guess this period of time allowed for young players to, Paul Vanner didn't have any international duties with Austria. I think he's going to pick Austria. It's going to be a race between who caps him first. I think Germany already has Florian Wirtz, and if Wirtz gets back into his form, then it's going to be a problem for everyone else, right? Because Paul Vanner won't get into the German team if Wirtz is performing at a high level. Imagine Wirtz and Musiala. That's basically Pedri and Musiala in the same team. Think about it. I think Wirtz is closer to Pedri than Musiala is to Pedri. You would compare Wirtz and Pedri, not Wirtz is a tempo control, switch play, try to create chances. Musiala is more of a forward, try to create his own chances and score. He's the initiator as well as the finisher. Jeremy Doku or Gakpo in Coman out. By the way, hit the like button. You guys are really loving Cody Gakpo. He's a good player. I watched him for Holland once, and I said this guy's a bowler because he's 6'3" or something, and he controls the ball like he's 5'7". Gakpo's a good player, good physicality, good ball control, decent technique, like above average, obviously. I mean, he's not a Neymar or a Messi when it comes to close control, or a Musiala even. So, yeah, but Gakpo, I wouldn't mind, but I don't think we need it. Honestly, I don't really think we need a signing in January, apart from maybe left back. Even then, it's like, well, Lucas is out, but we still have De Ligt and Upa, who have shown they can perform at high levels together. De Ligt is really good. I mean, look, the World Cup is making us feel like De Ligt is trash. But, bro, let's not forget, this guy is a monster. He's a good player. He can be world class. He can be like a Yap Stam, just powerful. So, yeah, man. Hey, y'all seen what Amrabat did to Gavi all game? Damn. I just seen the weirdest thing. Oh, man. Hey, that's my bowler, man. Gavi's such a bum, man. He's so crap. I don't know what he's good at. We only have one left back who's fit for now. Barca players are overrated. Spain just lost. Yeah, dude. We all knew Spain were toothless. I told you. I mean, Spain just didn't have it. If you want to be a high-level team, you have to have something about you. When I was predicting my group finishes, I did say Spain would finish below Germany. And people were like, whoa, Spain could finish higher. And I was like, nah, I'm telling you what's going to happen. I'm just saying. Dude, I need to check my World Cup predictions. I'll do that. I'll do a video reviewing my World Cup predictions. Man, I can't wait for Bayern to get back. I'm tired of the World Cup. I'm so tired of this. I want my Champions League games back, man. Fulkrug better than Vlahovic. That's just not true. I mean, Dusan Vlahovic is a really good finisher. He's old school center forward. Not my cup of tea when it comes to footballers. I'd prefer, a kind of Harry Kane kind of guy. Harry just has that touch and also the passing range, and he adds more than just scoring goals. Football is about scoring goals, but we also need to factor in how goals are scored. I wouldn't mind Harry Kane, but I also, I appreciate old school strikers that perform in the modern game. Just the pace and then just power and all that. Vlahovic would fit a team where he doesn't need to touch the ball. Maybe a Leipzig, honestly, not Juve. Dude, if smart teams should be rating Juventus right now, because if you're a player, you might be thinking, well, I don't know my future. I don't know the board. I don't know the sporting vision. If I was a Dortmund, I'd be looking at some Juve players. Just get them out of there and pay them more money even, because that could – imagine having a Locatelli in your team, dude. Or Leipzig. Imagine having Locatelli or a Chiesa. Bro, these you think it's far-fetched, but if players know I'm going to a club that's playing in the Champions League and aiming to compete and win trophies, they're going to move, bro. Not every player is interested in Instagram followers and fame. Some players just want to win. And that's, Juve is just, it's blowing apart, man. It's blowing apart. Man. Can we get back to Bayern games? Hey, I was actually low-key thinking of doing a watch-along for the women's game. I was like, maybe I should sit here and do a live stream for Bayern Frauen, the women. Support the women's team. And then I just thought, I'm a sexist. It doesn't work, Imagine me, a sexist, watching women's football. Nah. Wait, I might actually do the watch-along, though. I'm not even gonna lie. I might actually do it. If you guys want it, nah. I don't have time for that, man. I gotta go to the gym, dude. Yeah, someone told me I need to start going to the gym before 5 p.m. So, oh my gosh. All right. This next season, or this next half of the season, World Cup ends on the 18th of December. It feels so far away, but it's barely even, it's just 11 days. In 11 days, we'll know who won the World Cup. Doesn't that sound crazy? The final is at 8 a.m. in the morning. I'm not waking up for that. I'm not that guy. And then, Bayern will have a break for almost a month. Oh, gosh. Well, the players will come back after, maybe a week or two. And then they're going to train for the Leipzig game, which is on the 20th. So the Leipzig game is our final game before the Bundesliga first half of the season ends. Rodrigo de Paul says he's playing. Oh, I was praying he got injured. That guy stinks, man. What a trash footballer. Jamal Musiala is getting that messy treatment from Bayern. You know what? I don't hate it at all. I read a story yesterday. This kid is going to the top, man. He's going to the top. I'm not even, dude, oh my gosh. So he called his neuroathletic coach, Stefan Tepau, several times during the World Cup to discuss how to improve his finishing. For everyone that doesn't know, I talked about this a few months ago. Musiala he's not a normal kid. He's obsessed with football from what I'm seeing. You got to understand, neuroathletic coaches, neuro means brain, neurons, your brain activity. So he trains his brain with his there's a system he has, which I didn't even know existed. He basically can stimulate his brain to dribble at fast pace. He trains it. Like he trains his close. That's why he's so good in tight spaces and reacts very well. He trains his brain for that. So he's using the same coach to train his finishing. And this is from Build. So for the new year, he's planning to work a lot on his shooting and finishing with Coach Dino Topmola, who is our assistant coach. Of course, we don't have Miroslav Klose anymore. That's another thing. One thing I always notice about Musiala, he doesn't have that outside of the box, like power to the top bins kind of shot. Musiala is more of a placement kind of guy. If you look at his goals outside the box, it's low drivens. It's never anything like smash, And that's a showing of him having great technique and great shot placement. Maybe not always the precision and he has consistent shot placement. That's what I'll say. But sometimes he lacks the execution, to finish off his moves. As soon as he fixes that, which he looks like he knows he needs to fix, bro, who's going to stop him? If he can dribble through 5 players in the box and finish, he's scary, man. It's going to be scary hours, but not for us. I love Musiala, man. Dude, I'm not going to lie. I was on the plane. My YouTube, I downloaded like 10 Musiala videos. I watched Musiala. When I tell you I watched every game, because I'm making a video on Musiala versus Pedri soon. I'm going to end the debate once and for all, because I'm that guy. I end debates. I don't start them. Dude, I was watching. Bro, Musiala he improved so much. Because I was watching, I was like, bro, he used to dribble just for the sake of it. He used to lose the ball more. I think, honestly, last season, playing Musiala in the 8, almost 6 position, making him babysit at the back and ball retention duties, I just noticed, dude, it helped him because it made him take care of the football better. Now he just doesn't lose the ball for no reason. Like, he'll lose the ball trying to create something, and that's fine. If you watch Messi over 90 minutes, bro, he's losing the ball a lot. But the thing is, there's 2 times or 2 to 5 times in a game where he does something magical. One of the moves comes off and he scores and gets an assist or something. So, yeah, Musiala is showing that we don't mind that risk. If you're Kingsley Coman and you're losing the ball, we can't be with it, man. We can't move with that. Because it means he's not a goal assist kind of guy. He's not efficient. Messi's efficient. Musiala is efficient when he loses Sane loses the ball, and we're all like, no, Leroy. But we know what he can do the next time he tries that same thing. We know he can pull it off. We know when he shoots outside the box, one of these times it's going to crawl inside and go in. We know because he proves it over and over again. It's the same with Messi, Musiala. That's how you know a baller is a baller. When you don't criticize their decision-making. But, what were you trying to do there? That guy's not a baller. Sometimes Dembele does things and people are like, what was he even trying to do? Because his decision-making is off. Or Kingsley Coman, who was that ball to? What were you trying to do when you can think that. But when a baller makes a mistake or a bad pass, your reaction isn't, what was he trying to do? Your reaction is almost always, I know what he was trying to do, but the execution wasn't there. The way to pass. That's how you know someone's a baller. Jamal Musiala, sometimes we're frustrated because we're like, I know what he was trying to do. That's a sign of a baller because he had the right idea. He had the IQ, but the execution. Messi, can make the same pass 10 times. It fails twice and succeeds 8 times. The 2 times it fails, we know what he was trying to do. You get me? Man, my ball analysis. Coman not looking good, neither good World Cup for Gnabry. Actually, Gnabry, wasn't great, but he scored. So, that's good for him. Scored. Some players from Ghana and Cameroon had to pay to play for their national. Wow, each Saudi Arabia player will get a Rolls Royce. So some players had to pay to play for the national team. What the hell is going on? Wow, that corruption's crazy. Some Ghanaian players and Cameroonian players had to pay money to the Football Federation to play football. That's crazy corruption. I mean, it's not just corruption, it's just, oh man. Wow. PSG will destroy Bayern with 8-2 scoreline. I can assure you we will not be bending over for Paris Saint-Germain. I don't mind the respect for PSG because they have a lot of good players. But I feel like everyone just kind of forgets their team of 3 individual world-class players. And then the other bums, they're probably going to have Danilo Pereira. Like, PSG aren't that team, man. Actually, to be fair, with their new sporting director, they have better vision. But I don't think they have a better manager than us. I don't think they have a better playing style than us. I think if we play styles, we would dominate the ball against PSG. And their defense isn't the greatest. I mean, Ramos isn't Sergio Ramos. I mean, he still has that aura where he's really dangerous and he's a fighter. You know, Marquinhos is so good, man. I hate how good he is. But the organization, I mean, it's kind of all over the place for PSG. Hakimi isn't the best defensive fullback, but I mean, at this World Cup, the dude has been proving it, man. So, yeah, I don't know why you guys think PSG would beat us. I mean, I have seen Bayern play all kinds of teams, a defensive Inter Milan, and we won the game comfortably. We didn't even try that hard. We didn't even get out of second gear. It just felt like we had moments where we turned it up and scored and said, all right, let's just chill. And we have an ability to just play any style. We don't, we're not terrorists with possession. Sometimes we just go long, go over the pressure, and we have good defenders that can defend 1v1s. I feel like Upamecano is really underrated when it comes to dealing with tricky players. Sometimes he makes the odd, misjudgment that here and there, but his thing is to win the ball. So he's always sticking tight to his man. And as long as he doesn't get turned, he's just, and then he has De Ligt as the sweeper. So that's awesome, right? I think with Kimmich in form, Kimmich didn't play his greatest World Cup. I think he controlled games. He helped, he was on the ball a lot, and but it just didn't feel like Kimmich. It felt like, I feel like watching Germany should be like watching Bayern because there's so many Bayern players. It should feel like a Bayern game. But watching Germany play, it just does. There's no pressure. There's no relentless, like, oh, we scored and equalized, let's try to win. It's too concerned. Hansi Flick made that mistake. He tried to take the draw against Spain. And then they celebrated. I'm like, nah, you don't realize Spain themselves are toothless. I said, imagine if Japan beats Spain. And I didn't want to believe it at the time when I said it. But it happened. So, oh, man. All right. Think about it. Musiala and Vicha dribbling past defenders and creating chances. Yeah, I don't know why people criticize Musiala. Some people are like, he just doesn't dribble correctly. Come on. Like, he dribbles for too much. I'm like, dude, you don't understand that his dribbling isn't just, most people just dribble just because, I just want to dribble. Musiala dribbles because he has an idea of how to break down an opposition. He's dribbling for a reason. It's not just, I picked up the ball and I tried to dribble. No, he has a picture in his mind of how he wants to create something in this scenario. He's very aware. That's why he picks up the ball in half spaces. Here's how you know a player is thinking about what they do before they do it. When they receive the ball, how long does it take them to make the next decision? if they need to take the ball, touch it, and then decide to turn or pass it back. But Musiala, when his second touch, he already went past the player. Like, it's a La Croqueta around the corner. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, he already turned with this. That's how you know. Thiago Alcantara did the same. You knew Thiago was thinking all the time. It's funny. I just read Thiago's trending on Twitter. Man, that's awesome. Oh, Liverpool fans are saying which one of their players is better at tackling, and Thiago's in there. Yeah, Thiago always knew. He always knew, I'm going to turn here. I'm not going to turn. Musiala literally created the most chances for Germany. Exactly. But Japan and Spain did. Would have had Japan and Costa Rica go through. I would have loved that because it was so obvious. Spain were going to suffer the terrorism of Morocco, and I don't even mean that in a bad. Like, I mean terrorist football. Like, that's what I mean, bro. They played that Catenaccio, whatever it's called, bro. They didn't even get out of their own half for like 40 minutes. I was like, yo, this is crazy. But Spain are toothless, so it was like an immovable object meets, like, what is that thing called? Where it's like one object meets another object. Immovable object meets an unstoppable force. But Spain, it's like the immovable object met an object that couldn't move anyways. So Spain suck, man. I told y'all they suck. They are so toothless. They have no outlets, no wingers. They're still trying to do the 2010 tiki-taka with Iniesta. They think Gavi's the new Xavi. It's all a mess in Spain. I'll be honest there. I think that Nagelsmann is much more flexible than Flick. He would have counter-attacked Spain to death. Yeah, I think that's all he would have done. Nagelsmann, Flick is so stubborn, man. Even in the Champions League final, he had his. Imagine if that went wrong. Like, our high press, hurt us. I mean, to be fair, PSG created some dangerous chances. Like, some super dangerous chances. Neuer was making some world-class saves. Imagine, ladies and gentlemen, if they scored, then everyone would be blaming Hansi for playing a high line. With Nagelsmann, it's like, even Tuchel to a certain extent, they're flexible. They know, all right, we're not that good. We got to park this bus. If Germany held the mid-block versus Spain and didn't try to press high the whole game, and then used the pace of Asane, Musiala, and had Füllkrug winning headers and trying to hold the ball up, even though his touch isn't the greatest, we would have seen some beauty, man. Some Yogo Bonito, man. We would have seen Germany play like France. Germany need to play like France. Just defense, man. Defense is the most important thing in these cup tournaments, and that's it. But yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. Great stream, great show. Subscribe if you haven't. Also, I'll be going live probably every day now. I don't even know what to talk about. But yeah, Mia, and peace.